And it looks like we are live. Hello, AA. Hello, Frostbite. You're still doing your work? Awesome. Hey, Mad. No, I'm not at home right now. I'm in a hotel. I don't have my typical setup. So, and I got an itty bitty little tiny little desk. So I hope you all don't mind having to talk to the avatar. I guess that's better than talking to the hand. Anyway, um, I want to apologize to everyone for being gone like I have been. It's been an interesting time. I have been working at this new job. Hey, Metal Matt, West Texas. I appreciate it, Metal Matt. Thank you. Silver and Cigars, thank you for coming. So, the new job, Amy Harrell, welcome. So, anyway, the job has been amazingly rough. I've never seen so many patients in a 12-hour shift as I have here. And even though I like smaller hospitals, this place has the volume and the acuity or sickness, for those of you who don't know what that word means, of being in a much bigger facility. So I have been tired, absolutely tired. A lot of the times I come out of the shift and I hit the bed and I don't wake up until it's time to go to the next shift. So, for those of you who've been wondering what I've been doing, hey Riot, so welcome. So, those of you who've been wondering why I seem to have dropped off the planet, it's been that reason. On top of it, they keep asking me to do more and more work. Um, The original plan was 2 weeks of work, 2 weeks off, and repeat. And I have to keep putting my foot down because I want to see my wife and I want to see my family. And so I've been really, really, really tired. Hey, T Bird, welcome. AA, have to. I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I had to go and do what most people do, get loans, student loans, and yeah, silver and cigars work does suck, but unless you were born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you got to do what you got to do. So, and the allergies are kicking up. So basically, long story made short, I wanted to do a live stream, let you all know that I'm still alive. My heart's still with all of you, and I have not stopped. I've just been slowed down. West Texas, 2 full-time jobs, 80 hours plus a week. Not easy to balance stacking work and tubes. So true. So when I come home, I hit the post office and get what has been waiting there for me. Hopefully they didn't send things back. And then I argue with myself: do I just stack it away quickly so I can do a video, or do I do unboxing videos? So um, basically, that's a question I'd like to put up to the chat. I come home, I have boxes that have been sitting there for days and days. So do I, one, do a bunch of unboxing little videos so I can put things up to YouTube? Mad, I feel your pain, dude. I feel your pain. But if I may say so and digress for just a second, I'm grateful. The job is hard, the job is high volume, and a lot of very sick people, much sicker than what you expect in another small town. But I'm no longer with the job that pays me very crummy, and I'm no longer with the job prior to that didn't do me right. I gave them loyalty and it didn't come back in return. Although I'm being asked to work so much that I am exhausted. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that compliment. But the way I look at it is, even though I miss all of you, I miss YouTube, I miss doing videos, I miss seeing my wife, I'm doing God's work. And that is the only thing that seems to make me happy, except for when it comes to payday and I can pay more bills and catch up on older bills. I'm in charge of my schedule 90% of the time. I envy you, Matt. I do envy you. I don't have a say, except when they tell me, can I work more? I can say yes or no. And they don't quit asking. So, um, so I just can't, I have to say no. I've never said no so much in my life, but I need downtime. I need YouTube time. I need Ginger. Welcome to the chat. I appreciate it. So I wanted to let you know where I'm at, what I'm doing, and why I haven't posted as many videos or live streams. But I do plan. Thank you, T Bird. But I do plan on knocking things out a little bit more exactly when I start hitting home. So my first question to all of you is: one, should when I get home, should I do a bunch of little unboxings so I have a bunch of little videos and you can see what I got while I was waiting to come home? Um, Frosty, I totally agree with you. God, family, work, and fun. But my family, work, and fun, and unfortunately, even God takes second place right now because I'm trying to pay up on the bills. And I want to be out here. I don't want to come back and come back and come back. I want to just hit the bills, work hard, go home, spend time, that type of stuff. Hello, Lassie Farm. Oh, you're welcome for the ASE. It was my pleasure. So, basically, long story made short, um, one, do I do a little bit of unboxings, small unboxings? Two, make bigger unboxing videos. Three, don't make unboxing videos at all, just stack it and um, make other videos and live streams. So what do you think? I haven't gotten an answer. Maybe I should run through that again. Should I, number one, put one in the chat if you think I should take what I got, short unboxings, to longer unboxings, which will be less of them but longer time. Three, don't do an unboxing at all, just work on other content. What do you think? I got a longer unboxing from Mad. I don't really know what works for me, Amy. I'm still finding myself. Okay. I've got a short unboxing. Okay. Short, 3 shorts, 1 long. Okay. I'll consider that. I also want to tell you what I'm planning on doing here with the channel so far. I do have some videos in the back. They're being edited. They've been okay. Good point, Matt. I'll think about that. So long as getting back to what I was saying, I do have some videos in the back. They've been in the back for a little bit. And they've been held up not only because of the job, but because of the war in Ukraine, because as you well know, my brother-in-law does my tech. And they've all been having a rough time over there. For a while they had, hey, Broke Stacker, welcome. So because of the bombings in Nikolaev, and they've been hitting the power plants hard. Hey, LLC, welcome to the chat. By the way, LLC, I am so sorry I don't hit more of your live streams. You're usually on when I'm working. I apologize. So basically, they only had 2 hours of electricity, 2 hours no electricity until relatively recently. Then they had 2 hours of electricity total until they got more some of their power grid rebuilt. So then we haven't heard from him for days. It turned out all the electricity and all the cell towers were knocked out until they got them replaced. So we've been hearing back from him. He's been working hard at trying to get the videos up and going. Yeah, I want to talk about that, man. Let me finish this topic. I want to talk about that. So he's working on that. I have a lot of you weeks ago have wanted me to do an interview with Wifey. Being a trainer, and she can train almost everything. She is just inches away from getting her degree as a master dog trainer. She has the skill to make protection and police dogs, but she currently still has to do it under the supervision of her teacher, who is a master dog trainer, but she can do it. So we're going to talk about how to protect your wealth and your family and yourself. And because of the interview that because of the poll that you all did, she has agreed to do the interview in her own voice. Most of you asked for her own voice instead of the AI. And I'm really grateful because I'm getting her to come out of her shell. Thank you so very much. So that's coming. And I think you'll be very impressed. Now, we do have Second Amendment rights. I am worried about the CBDCs being used as a way of control to keep us from buying what we want, including pew-pews and freedom seeds. So what's next? Baseball bats, golf clubs, knives, guns, and dogs. And having a well-trained dog to what you need to protect you and your wealth, in my opinion, is absolutely essential. So for a stacking community, we need to protect ourselves. And this is one way outside of pew-pews and freedom seeds to do that. So that's coming. Another one that's coming up is a video on Bitcoin. I'm not going to tell you anymore because I'll release too much information. Another one that's coming up is Rigged 8. And then I have a number of interviews that I've got lined up to talk to a number of people in our community about what's important to them. So I hope that will let you know that I have not left the community. And even though I've been exhausted, when I'm awake, you guys are in the forefront of everything. Amy, you're in pain. What's going on, honey? Why are you in pain, Amy? I'll wait until I get that answer. The next thing I want to put up is not now because I don't have my supply next to me, but when I get home, when I get home, when I let you know I'm home, I have magnets that I have not given out and stickers that I still have. And I'm talking to my silver journey about trying to get poker chips. So the person Mike Silver Journey got me in touch with is, oh, how should I say this? She's not a very nice lady, but I'm going to persist until I can get poker chips for Dog World and for Tiger Stacker. West Texas, Mrs. Tiger is kind of a stacker and kind of not. She doesn't go looking for stuff like that. She she she's a thief. She sees something I have and she steals it from me. And it's true. For a long time, I never knew that where she kept her stuff. Finally, she showed me, and she's got a nice little collection that she took from me. And one of these days, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to put it on a spreadsheet so that we know what she has and what the value is. But is she a stacker? Only when she can steal from me. But she's an awesome girl and tolerates me, and I can't tell her no. Normally, it started off as anything with dogs because she's a dog trainer, and snakes because she was born near the snake. And then it became anything shiny and pretty. So I have no idea what she's going to do next. So she's probably working right now. And Amy had oral surgery. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry, honey. I hope they gave you antibiotics because a lot of bacteria that lives in your mouth will be putting you at risk in the in the heart. Links 59, welcome to the chat. Oh, guess who we have here? My partner in crime, my buddy, and the person that giggles at me because of my low-tech Frostbite.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Frost, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Are you there? You might need to turn your microphone on. Hello?
Give me a minute.
Okay. Well, I'll continue on with what I was saying. So I'm going to be working on poker chips. So when I get back home, there is going to be an open invitation to everyone. If you want stickers from Dog World and you, and from Tiger Stacker, send me an email, and I'll send it to you. Magnets, same thing. And when I get chips, same thing. So that's coming up. The other thing I wanted to talk to you all about was I got two things coming close. I'm getting close to my 4,000 view hours. I'm about 400 hours away. But also, I am on my 11th month. So in about a month, if I don't get my 400 view hours and get up to 4,000 view hours, they're going to take away stuff, and then I got to work even harder to get it back up again.
We'll get you there.
Thank you, Frosty. So I have playlists that I've already set up, and I'll probably go back later when I have free time and review them and make sure that they're up to speed. The one obviously that I worked the most on was the rigged playlist. So for my subscribers, my mods, my members, my friends, if you could be so kind as to turn on my channel, maybe go through all the playlists, and I'm going to put all my live streams into a playlist also. That will help me get myself up to 4,000 view hours. Hey, Michael Stacking, welcome. So I'd really appreciate it if you can all help me get to that level. Okay. Thanks, Frosty. I appreciate it. So Matt brought up Tulsa.
Tulsa this weekend. Yeah, it's a big to-do.
Yeah, I'll be working it. I'm probably going to try to go someday, maybe next year, I hope. 365. Thank you so much. He just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you, 365.
Oh, that's very nice, 365.
365, I plan to do a follow-up video to your April Fool's joke. I'll let you know more about it. But can I ask you if I can use some clips of your videos to make that? I'll be waiting for that answer. So thank you again for 365 for the memberships, but I did want your permission if I could also use your clips so I can, okay. Oh my God, the follow-up to that with Silverpunk was amazing. And if you guys haven't seen the two videos that 365 did for the 4th of July, April Fools, go see that. And Silverpunk did a follow-up on it, and I plan on doing a follow-up to that just because I can't leave well enough alone. But it's coming as soon as I can get home. But getting back to Tulsa, how many are going to Tulsa?
I wish I could go.
I know, but you spent all your money over in Europe.
And I didn't even buy coins in silver or gold.
Oh, you bought stuff for wifey, didn't you?
Yeah, we made an agreement before we left. This was not going to be a silver coin, gold coin challenge. This was going to be about her and I having a good time. So we ate a lot of great food, ate a lot of good chocolate, drank a lot of good wine, drank a lot of good beer, hung out with a lot of really fun and interesting people. It was a great time.
Awesome. That's awesome. I enjoyed watching your videos for what I could stay awake for. No offense intended.
See, you'd get offended if I said that to you.
No, I wouldn't get offended.
No, I'm just giving you grief, brother.
I know and you're pretty good at it too.
Yeah, Tulsa's awesome, man. Last year was my first year. I had only been in YouTube for about 6 months, and got to hang out with people like Blue Ridge Silverhand, Silver Seeker, Rob Finds Treasures, Live Coin Q&A, Coin Crew, Mad Stacker, Coins Making Sense, Great Scott, his dad, Teacher, Pause, Spare Time, Bassman, Bassman. Just some great folks there, and it's just a good time. Mike from Mid America Coins puts on a great show, and oh yeah, good cheese too. Yes, yeah. Tons of good cheese. Aspiring. Um, the best cheese was in Denmark when we went to Denmark, or excuse me, the Netherlands, and went and made Netherlandian shoes, those old clogs. And I got to make one, had frostbite etched in it, and then got to see how they make cheese and did a cheese testing thing. It was awesome. But the uh, the Tulsa show is awesome because it's not just a collector style thing. There's tons and tons of people who have good silver and good gold deals there as well. So Mike doesn't bring in just the numismatists for the coin shows. They also bring in like himself, who is a dealer, right? He's a distributor. You can get some really good deals on stacking. So Tulsa's one of those that's a must do if you're looking to buy um, and what you want to go to a show and you're close. Tulsa's a great one to go to. What's up, Check Stacker? How you doing, brother?
Hi, Check. Welcome. Man, I'm still jealous. You know, you took your wife to Europe, not your buddy Tiger. I mean, come on. Where's your priorities?
Well, I enjoy marriage.
Well, I can't blame you. And like myself, you married up.
What's up, T?
T? Hey,
T,
T.
the
Welcome.
here. What's up, brother?
Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Sorry for not being on some of your auctions because they coordinated badly with the fact that I was working in the ER. But I kind of miss being there because I do love teasing you about your vintage. Melt, melt, melt. But no, I would love to go to Tulsa. I'm probably going to see if I can schedule it in for next year. You know,
Yeah, Tulsa's a good time. Um, the thing that I like about Tulsa, I mean, the coin show when you get into coin shows, there's some really good ones. You have Long Beach, obviously, is a huge one where you get some big names, bunches of people. The Florida, the coin show, the fun show in Florida. You have the big one that happens there every year. Um, but Tulsa ranks up there this year. It's really cool because they actually have the U.S. Mint is going to actually be there, and they're going to be doing some sort of unveiling at the coin show, which is quite a unique item. You don't see that a lot, so this is really cool. But again, Mike from Mid America Coins has just um, crushed the guest list for this particular one. He's also got CAC grading there. He's going to have somebody else. I can't remember who else is going to be there, but another big name in the distribution realm for silver and gold. I know he had a pretty significant order of silver come in for this particular show. So um, he's got boxes and boxes of 10-ounce bars. So there's a lot of great stuff that's going to happen at this Tulsa show.
Hell, I'm going to have to save up. Not just to go there, but to buy stuff.
Yeah. Mid America Coins is the man. He's the one that coordinated probably 99% of this. Changed the venue from last year, which was really rough. The place that it's in now is amazing. He's got multiple levels of security to ensure the show is safer. He's got night staff and night watch taking care of the items because of some of the thefts that happened in the show last year. He's knocking it out of the park. I'm really sad I can't go. One, spending all my time in Europe, and then two, coming back sick, didn't really kind of help that venture. So, but yeah,
You know,
just
why you came back?
say again.
You know why you came back sick?
Oh, we both came back really sick. Yeah.
Do you know why you came back sick?
Because we were coming home.
No, because you didn't take your buddy, Dr. Tiger.
Uh, I appreciate your help while I was there, man. Um, all that traveling, man, my body just, we drove over 3,000 miles touring Europe.
Were you in a bus with a lot of people, or were you driving yourself?
Now we were on a bus with a bunch of people. We were in boats. Obviously, the 2 or 3 plane rides. It was mad. Yeah,
Oh,
just crazy.
you took Mad with you?
No, no, hell no. Hey, what's up, MR? How you doing, bud?
Hey, MR, welcome. Welcome. Can you guys believe he took Mad and didn't
I
take
did not
me?
take mad. I said it was mad. MAD, not MADD.
Oh, I love it. Uh, as I said to everyone before, when I get back home, open invitation, send me an email. I'll send you out stickers, Dog World, Tiger Stacker. Also got new magnets, and I'm working on trying to get poker chips. And those will be available for sending out as you all want.
So hey,
So
Tyler, I'm going to throw out something here. I don't
okay,
know the people that we have here, but this is for the people that are in chat. Okay, there may only be a few people in here, but if we can get Tiger his 400 hours by the end of June, I'm going to give away 5 ounces to the members of Tiger's channel. So
are you sure?
yeah, absolutely. We want to make sure he gets you there by the end of the month. So um, again, we need 400 hours by the end of this month, and if we get it, then I'll be donating 5 ounces to the members. So if you're a member of Tiger, then you have an opportunity to win 5 ounces if he gets to his 1,000 hour mark or his 4,000 hour mark.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Thank you.
Well, it wouldn't have made it a gift if you expected it, would it?
Well, yeah, there's a little truth to that. Now, I will throw in there also. Many months ago, many weeks ago, I did put out a promise to give out 4 ounces of Tiger rounds or Tiger coins on the party for the 4,000 hours, and I plan to keep that. Um, I might have to either buy some or maybe even make some now that I'm pouring. But basically, those will be up also for the giveaways. And what do you think? Should we leave it to just the subscribers? I'm kind of thinking that they were the ones who did the lion's share getting me up here. You know,
Well, you can do something for the subscriber. I'm going to do something specifically for your members.
oh,
Uh,
okay,
the members are the ones who are out there really making sure they push your channel, watching your content, supporting the channel. So I want to give the members a little added boost. Plus, if you're getting close and you're just a subscriber and you want a chance at this, then membership is a consideration. So I'm going to do it for the members specifically. I have a targeted reason for doing it. But if you want to make sure that your giveaways are targeted to anybody who's a subscriber, then you definitely can do that. Um, there are some things, Check Stacker, that can be done. But there's a couple of things about watching videos and your time. So, number one, a lot of people like to watch the video at 2 times the speed because they think they can get through the videos faster. If the video's 10 minutes, then you're only going to get 10 minutes worth of credit. Doesn't matter if you play it at half speed. It doesn't matter if you play it at a quarter speed. You're only going to get 10 minutes. But if you play it at 2 times speed, you'll only get 5 minutes worth of time. So the amount of time decreases the faster you play it because it's the amount of time you're actually physically watching the video. Doesn't matter how fast it goes, it's how much time you're actually physically watching the video. So one of the best things that you can do is set up a playlist of Tiger's videos turn it on, set it to autoplay, and then go to bed, and then have it just run and do its thing. It will cycle through that playlist. If that playlist is 8 hours worth of content, then you'll get 8 hours of watch time. And so you can set up multiple, like you can queue a playlist. So you can queue 2 or 3 playlists to where it just plays the playlists in order. That definitely does help. But the number one thing Tiger needs to do to get his hours is live streams. That's where majority of the people are going to be popping in. You don't maintain your hours by live streams. You can. It's the easiest way to get them. But you need to do short content, and this is why I suggested. And you know what? We'll work on that. I'll work on putting some instructions together and getting it over to Tiger Aspiring to show people how to do that. Basically, what you do is you go into YouTube, click on Tiger, click on playlists, and when you see one, click on it. There'll be an item to queue, and you click on the queue item, and then it'll queue it in your playlist. So when you go to watch your saved items, there'll be a list. And as that list is there, excuse me, it'll just play in the order of that particular playlist. But I can walk people through it, no problem. I can do a little short on how to set up a playlist and how to watch and do stuff like that. But just remember that if you watch it at 2 times speed, yes, you get through the videos faster, but you don't get the full credit the full time.
I can show you a little bit, even with my low-tech self. I'll bring up the screen here. Basically, what you do is you come over to playlist, click on playlist, and then they come up. And I have a good bit.
So click on one of the playlists. Just click on one of them.
Okay. I don't know why I have shorts. My brother-in-law must have did that.
Just pause it. There you go. So what you'll do, you see how when you click on it, there you go. So you can actually queue a playlist, right? So you can click on play all, but if you save your playlist, you can actually go in and you can queue them to play. So once you have that playlist, let's say you click on 3, you save the playlist, and then you click on them. Each time you click on one of them, it'll play that list down. So that's how you set multiple playlists up back to back to autoplay and sync. Otherwise, when the playlist is done, and don't playlist a short because it doesn't count towards the hours. It can only be long form content. So the shorts should not be one. You probably don't even need to have a playlist of shorts, but the playlist, look at the live streams, right? Play the live streams, queue them all up, and then just let them run. That's a really good way of doing it because the live streams are an hour or 2 hours. And if you let it play for 8 hours and you have 10 people do it, that's 80 hours of watch time. So that's a good way to do it. And if you can get, 10, 15 people to do that for 2 or 3 weeks, bam, we're there. We've got our hours. Sorry for coughing in your ear.
Yeah, it is a smart hack, T. I've learned a lot from Frosty. Back when I first met Frosty, I was using the internet with pencil and paper.
Now we use his pen.
I'm getting ready to go to felt magic marker.
He's graduated to Sharpie.
I love Sharpies. Many years ago, when my ex-wife was still married to me, she got a cellulitis, a leg and skin infection from being stung by a yellow jacket. and I was living in North Carolina at the time. She worked with me because she's a nurse. So I wanted to demarcate the good skin from the. You haven't figured out the algorithm, T? Dude, you're killing it for someone who hasn't figured it out.
Oh, the algorithm is a monster. It's impossible to figure out because it's constantly changing. Because it's focused on a user. It's not. A lot of people misunderstand what the purpose of the algorithm is. The purpose of the algorithm is not to help YouTubers advertise their video. It's for the viewers to find things that they're interested in. And so, in order for you to really do good in an algorithm, you have to really think like the primary cusp of your customer.
Yeah,
And it's a skill that a lot of people don't do very well. I struggle with it. I've got a good, select, solid set of people that come alongside and support the channel. And I get, a small amount of views, but they're always the same people almost all the time.
yeah,
Uh, but you get other people who they know how to gain the interest of other people by knowing what it is people are looking for. Once you understand how to view that, I don't know how to do that yet. Once you understand how to do that, you'll grow like wildfire. It is a very challenging um, way of thinking. You have to think kind of abstract. It's not outside of the box thinking. It's definitely inside the box, but you have to know what's in the box to be able to think about it. And that's a skill that escapes me at this point.
yeah. I'd like to figure it out too, but you're more techie than I am, so you'll beat me there long before I get there.
But that's the thing. It's not a techie thing. It's not. It's not a techie thing. It's more of a. It's an entertainer's thing, actually. What do people like? What do people think is funny? What do people think is interesting? What do people think is the item? What's the hot topic for the day? Being able to understand view patterns, right? And there's a science to it. It's enormous. Um, I think opposite of the analytics. I'm analytical, where it's understanding what's happened once it's done. The predictive analysis of trying to get to people understand the advertising component of it is where you grow your channel. That's the difficult part.
You're probably right. But getting back to what I was saying about Sharpie, so she got stung. She has cellulitis. And people back then, when I was younger, they thought differently in the South. So, in the North, you say, I want a Sharpie, they know that you're talking about a specific brand name magic marker. And I love Sharpies because on skin infections, when you demarcate the normal skin from the abnormal skin, it will stay there for two, maybe three washings. But when I was in North Carolina, I said, I need a Sharpie. They looked at me and said, You are not cutting on your wife. I broke into laughter so hard because they had no clue. So I picked one up off the desk. I said, What's the brand of this? Anyway, sorry. I just wanted to diverge for a second.
No, it's all good. Um,
So,
no, Supreme, I haven't showed him that yet, but I did show him um, one of the pieces that I put together for him and I. But I like what your idea is. I didn't want to share it until I got your approval, but I can share that with Tiger, no problem.
now my curiosity is up. My
Ginger,
tail.
Ginger's going to be playing with some pores.
Ooh. Hey, did you see Ginger's pour where he's trying to make a dragon come out of two different sides of a bar?
Yeah, he did a really good job with that.
When you master that, Ginger, contact me. I want one. You know, the only problem with that bar is not made with a tiger.
But what does wifey like?
wife, his wife or mine?
Yours.
Dogs and snakes.
So it's pretty close to a snake, so she'd snag it from you anyway.
Okay, then I need two, Ginger. I need two, Ginger. She will take one from me.
I told her, I know she will.
She walks in and says, "Oh, is that for me?" Like, yes. Oh crap. So no, I'll need two, Ginger. Just let me know when how much to send you. So let's see. We talked about Tulsa. Um, I told you all what I was planning on doing with the upcoming videos. So one of the things I was also thinking about doing was if there's anything that you want me to cover in a video, live stream, things that you liked, things you want repeated, would you please let me know? Because I can come up with really great ideas. In fact, I have hundreds of ideas for every one video I put out. I just don't have the time to be that fast at making videos. But if there's something I've done, you want more of it, I'm certainly willing to do that. I've put out a feelers for Ben, who is powered portable solar, to go over solar panels and portable solar for your homes. He's a very busy guy. He hasn't gotten back in touch with me, but I'd love to have him on a live stream. I'd also love to have Delegate Chris Pritt to talk about gold and silver being recognized as currency in West Virginia. He also he's gotten back to me only a little bit, but I got some plans to maybe put some interest in there to see if I can help him with what he wants to accomplish, so that maybe he will also come do some live streams with us. I'll tell you more about that, Frosty, because you're a pretty good sounding board.
Okay, cool.
So the other thing I have on the plate here is, now I'm going to prelim this here with something. You all know my stance on this war in Ukraine, and that our government and NATO promised Ukraine to protect them, and now this is happening, and we got the stuff we've got. My only concern on Trump is, what's his plan for Ukraine? I think Trump's the best candidate, but my concern is, if he's going to give Putin everything he wants, then Putin's just going to get emboldened and go further. And I think he's demonstrated that. Have you heard about the Russian submarines off the coast?
I have not been following the news very closely on that. Last thing that I saw is this is the first time in history that Russia's actually declared the United States as an enemy, which is a scary thought. And
Yeah.
one of the worst items, but I'll be honest with you, Russian submarines off the U.S. coast isn't anything new. It's happens all the time. That is nothing new.
But my question is the way that it came out makes me wonder, is this the typical number of subs they put off the coast, or is there an increased number?
If, again, having been in the Navy and been in a submarine, there are submarines from a great number of nations around our borders at any time. And so they've been close enough to take to our ships and to military installations to take pictures of sailors smoking to where you can see them smoking the cigarette. You can see their nameplate. They send them to us as a, hey, just FYI, we were close. So this is a cat and mouse game that's played all the time. The issue is tigers are famously more dangerous at their end, right? And so when you look at where he's at, if he's backed into a corner, he's a dangerous man. Between him and China, it's a balancing act. China, I believe, is more dangerous, but I think you'll set Putin off faster. So it's a delicate balancing act. Things like that happen all the time, and I would be amiss if I didn't say I was more worried about the South China Sea than I am about Russia. But either can get ugly fast. But South China Sea, if World War III is going to start, that's where it's going to start.
Yeah, I heard it from some source, I can't remember where, that the potential that would happen is China would attack Japan as a decoy to get everybody worried about the physical war while they unleash a cyber war against us.
Yeah, see, that's something that I have said for a long time. Again, you will see conventional actions take place in an area to disguise cyber attacks, and it's kind of a bait and switch tactic, right? So you bait people to move your resources to a certain area, then you attack the section in which the resource isn't protected. And so this isn't anything new. This is a game that's been played forever. The problem is that as financial markets get tighter and tighter, as gold and silver becomes more crucial and critical, as CBDCs and things of that nature become more of a talk, the risk of cyber attack becomes so much more substantial. Try, you guys want to do something really fun. Try and go one day without using technology. No banking, no water, no electricity, no heat, no nothing. Try it for one day. You'll be amazed at what requires tech. And so the instigation of cyber attacks through use of conventional warfare ahead of it, it's nothing new. It's going to continue to happen. We did the same thing when we did the bot for the Iranian nuclear thing, that whatever that virus was that we put in, that ended up backfiring and coming back to haunt us later. It was a worm, if I remember. And so we did the same thing. It's commonplace. It's a normal thing. The things that are happening now are no different than any other warfare that's ever happened. The problem is that the tension and the stakes get higher and higher and higher each time. And that's the concern. The question is when you look at the tensions, look at like Earth's magnetic field, right? So you've seen it's like a bunch of really tightly wound elastic. Which one's going to snap? And when it snaps, is it just going to be a single strand? Is it going to unravel the entire ball? And that's the concern. That's the fear. Russian subs off the U.S. coast, it's nothing new. U.S. subs off the Russian coast, it's nothing new. Airplanes from China and Soviet or United States airspace, nothing new. Stuff happens all the time. Usually it's blown off because it's a show of force. It's a sign of ignorance. And it's just how that is. I mean, that's just the way it works. My concern is in this tightly wound rubber ball, as these little things start to break, at what point does the ball unwind? And that's my concern. And I don't have an answer for that. I don't know. But tensions are tight. But don't get too wound up by reading something that there's a nuclear submarine off the coast of California. There's always a freaking nuclear submarine off the coast of California. There's ones off the coast of Texas and New York and Florida, and it just is what it is. It's the nature of warfare that we've lived in since the Cold War. So um, players are different. The politics are the same. They just look different now. So be careful over exaggerating yourself with the concern of that. Not saying you did it, Tiger. I'm just saying over in general. Um, don't get too caught up in that. Just be cognizant and aware of what's going on, and use your critical thinking skills. Right. Steer away from being a firm believer in media because you know that 90% of that shit's crap.
That is
So
true.
So be careful steering yourself towards trusting too much of that. Be critical thinkers. Look and see what's going on. View multiple sources. Look at different countries' news. Put the pieces together. Make up your own mind. That's the most important thing that you can do right now.
This reminds me of something I learned from the past, although it's way more intense, but it is somewhat analogous. Are you familiar with the American Indian war game that they called Counting Coup?
Okay.
You're not?
Say that one more time.
Counting Coup.
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Instead of Indians killing each other before we messed up their society, instead of killing each other, one warrior would sneak up on the opponent's organization warrior and either tap him in the back or tap him with
Oh,
some
yeah. I know
stick.
what you're talking about. I didn't know it was called counting coups, but yeah, I'm very familiar with that.
So it basically said, I could have killed you, and then run away, and they don't fight. It's like, I was here, I could have killed you, haha. But that's what that war game sounds like. It sounds like higher level, higher tech counting coup.
Yeah, but just like with anything, you step on the wrong person. Hey, Sturiko, what's going on? Good to see you. Just like any game, you can be playing a very peaceful game of Monopoly and have somebody who's a sore loser that picks the board up and throws the pieces all across the table. So it's the balance of the actors, right? It's the state of mind for the people that are playing the game. And unfortunately, we are pawns to players who, in some cases, are idiots. I heard a joke that said, if a basketball player wears basketball shorts and a soccer player wears soccer shorts, what kind of shorts does the president wear? Depends.
That is so appropriate for our
So,
current president.
but the whole premise behind it is the attitude of the actors. What's going to set it off? We're always amidst kindling. We're always amidst tension and frustration. And is now any worse than any other time in history? No, no. It's just another time in history. The problem is that financially we're in a powder keg. And when the financials go, then we're going to see some serious issues occur.
Well, what I learned, almost all wars have been preceded by financial strife.
Yeah, but in the past, let's take World War II, for example. Okay. We were worried about Japan taking over Hawaii. So what did we do? We altered the currency so that if that happened, we could actually shut that piece of the currency down. We knew the serial numbers, the money was labeled, and we could track it. We knew exactly what was happening. That's not happening anymore. Our money is all ones and zeros. And so We don't have the control. Remember that 75% of all U.S. physical currency is overseas. It's
Oh,
not in the U.S. So we don't have a large majority of the physical currencies that we should be having, right? It's all spread across overseas. And when you talk about counterfeit bills, and I've talked about this a couple of times on my stream, when you talk about counterfeit bills, $100 bills are counterfeit. They're done primarily outside of the U.S. Inside of the U.S., the $20 bill is still counterfeit king. But when you're talking about the large majority of the currency that's overseas, you're talking about 20 to 30% of it's counterfeit.
mhm.
So, how do we control our own physical money when we don't have but 25% of it? We're buying our own currency back in the form of hobbyists buying counterfeit goods, right? So, we're buying counterfeit, which takes money away from the people who are in the industry in our nation, whether they have jobs abroad or whatnot. They're taking money away from those individual people. And we take that information and we buy it back from China. So we buy shit from a company who has counterfeited what we have, and we buy the counterfeit, throwing our money away, buying it, and half the time we get counterfeit money back. Um, and so, how do you control the finance of your industry? How do you control the wealth of your country when only 25% of the physical quote unquote wealth that you have is actually in that form? Not to even say that it's fiat, um, where we should be talking silver, gold, platinum, and things of that nature. But how do we control the resources of our physical engagement? How do we control our physical finances when we don't even control our own money? And that has caused a financial shift in the way that we work, because we could control it in World War One, we could control it in World War Two, we could control it during the Cuban Missile Crisis. We could stop our money and lock that stuff down and make that happen. Right now, we cannot. And so that is my concern. It's not the nuclear submarine from Russia off the coast of California. They're always there. It's not the bomber that's flying across the edge of the Alaskan coast. They're always there. Now, sometimes they get a little bit more brazen. Sometimes there's a story behind them. Sometimes it's, pushing buttons a little bit much, but that stuff is always there. Um, so there's a lot more to it. I kind of took over your conversation, so I apologize by deviating for this, but I wanted to set that piece straight. Don't get so wrapped up in the military aspect of, oh my God, a plane flew over United States airspace. So what? Oh my God, they had a submarine off U.S. waters. So what? Launching a hypersonic missile across the United States would scare the hell out of me. Okay, that's a line they won't cross. Um, China launching a hypersonic weapon over Japan, that is definitely a reason for concern, right? Those kind of things are way outside normal variation. Those big, massive things are the things to be concerned about. I would be way more concerned about a cyber attack on our water system or our power system or our substructure for agriculture, um, engaging in poisonous engagement within our agriculture and water supplies than I ever would be military action on a border somewhere. Um, because more times than not, those are just simple man and woman pissing contests. It's just flexing muscle, showing strength. My thing's bigger than yours, or my whatever's bigger than yours. It's kind of a pissing match. So I take a little bit of those with grains of salt. I pay attention to them. I do pay attention to them, but I'm more concerned with the things of infrastructure that actually affect our lives. War is not going to be had in the conventional sense. War is going to be had with zeros and ones, and it's going to be had over our food and water supply. And those are the things you need to watch.
I understand where you're coming, and I don't mind you jumping in and taking over because you have the Navy career. Uh,
Hey,
I
what's up, Nickel?
Hey Nickel. By the way, Nickel, I really loved what you said about the Trump conviction. I would love to have a live stream with you where we talk about that. So just if you want to, let me know. Get in touch with me. I would love to throw you up on board because I think you have I think you hit the nail head on. Um, but getting back to what I was saying, Frosty, you're a Navy man. I'm a old Army doctor. Was in the Guard and Reserve, and my first unit was at the General Hospital. My second unit was a cavalry unit for the Pennsylvania National Guard. So I don't have the high level of experience that you do. So me bringing this up is not only good for bringing it up, but then it's up for discussion, and then everyone learns from the education. So I don't mind, and thank you.
Well, again, there are people out there who are way, way, way smarter than me when it comes to these particular items. Way smarter than me. Um, but the only thing that I would offer here as true, genuine advice is think critically. Think outside the box. Look at those items that are meant to be diversionary tactics away from the things that matter. When you see news about a big financial thing, and then all of a sudden it shifts to a war thing that really has no relevance, it's not really important, or you see the media start talking about this good news story that makes no sense in the realm of the discussions that are happening across the globe, and they push it, they push it, and they push it, and they push it. What are they taking your mindset away from? Be cognizant of that stuff. Those are the items that are meant to take you away from the actual important matters. So, if I could give you one piece of advice, it's just think critically. Um, don't get sucked up into something that in 2 or 3 days won't even be a matter. They won't care about the submarine in 2 weeks, 2 days. They won't. It's a done deal. It's already been done. They made an announcement. It's a pissing contest. They probably are already out of international waters. Um, but again, these things just don't get so stuck into allowing the media to tell you how to think. Think critically.
Basically, I kind of refer to that as they are being the magician. They're being David Copperfield. They have you watch the left hand while the right hand does the work, or vice versa.
Yeah, or they have you watch you while somebody else does things behind the scenes.
Yeah, diversionary tactics.
Yeah, smoke and mirrors, brother. Smoke and mirrors. So, um, my, again, I don't want to get on any rants, and I appreciate you letting me just say my piece regarding those particular items. But don't be fooled, folks. Those things have been happening for decades. We've had nuclear submarines off our coast for years. We've had Russian bombers fly over our airspace multiple times. Um, Chinese satellite air balloons. That was to turn us away from something else. That should not have been that big of a story. Why did they dig in so hard? It wasn't because it was a spy thing. There was other stuff going on. What was that other stuff that was happening during that time frame? Oh yeah, it was CBDC and financial markets, right? What was happening? They were making big decisions regarding central banks, purchasing, buying buying debt and taking some of the government subsidies and putting it back into some of these banks so they didn't fail, which some of the banks ended up failing anyway, right? Uh, Watch for the diversionary tactic. Be thinking critical. Aspiring alchemist just said, use your discernment. 100%. That's what you want to do. You want to be able to kind of sift through the chaff and look for the wheat. That's what you want to look for. So, anyway, I'll quit talking about it.
No,
But
no, I'm
you
okay
know,
with you saying it because people need to learn. And I'll tell you what, AA is one hell of a smart cookie. A very, very intelligent lady.
You know, it took me 12 steps to figure her out.
Are you talking about things like AA and NA, all those 12 programs?
Oh, sorry, AA, I couldn't resist. It was there for
Oh,
the taking.
now I get it. Sorry, a little brain damage goes
Yeah,
along.
AA, 12 steps. Anyway, yeah. So I don't talk about this kind of stuff on my channel very often. I'm always talking numismatics and history. So I appreciate you let me come up and chat about this stuff because this is something that people need to be aware of.
Yeah, you let Paula do most of the talking.
Yeah, I don't have a choice. Paul and Eric love to talk, but the thing is it's they make for a good show. So, as a host, it's good to let people talk, and so, but we talk coins and numismatics and history, and so, but finance and real world events and thinking critical. Uh, it's a lot of fun to do as well. So, but you can't do it all. If you try to do it all, then you end up being expert at nothing. Um, the only time I was an expert was when my dad was with my mom. So, um,
Oh, God love the women.
so, but I do need to take off. My wife's home and I've got to finish this last review for work. I've got to get to dinner prepared and go see her and actually spend some time with the kids. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off. But I appreciate you inviting me up and letting me hang out. It's always a joy and a pleasure to hang out with my buddy Tiger, and I enjoy the streams.
I feel the same way. I feel the same way. But we're now almost at a 1 hour and 11 minutes, and I wasn't planning on going much past an hour anyway because I'm going to take a little power nap and get ready for another night shift.
Hey, Nick, that's probably one of the coolest compliments I've gotten, brother. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate that. I do my best to learn, and I'll tell you what, I am so far behind at my age. There are way younger people that know a lot more than me, um, but I do my best to bring you what I can. And if somebody asks me a question, I'll be damned if I'm not going to do what I can to find it for them. So I really do appreciate that. I do try to provide the best information that I can. So thank you, Nickel. I do appreciate that compliment.
Thank you, Nickel. And to be on top of what you just said, he's the only person I know that teaches about numismatic and all that, and is not boring. Everybody else bores me to death. So I want to thank you for that, Frosty. You're damn scream.
Well, I appreciate you, and you need to get some rest as well.
So I'm gonna close the live stream for right now. I want to thank you all for coming. It's good to teach everyone and for everyone to start getting more and more prepared. But on top of all that, which is, by the way, that's the more important item. On the smaller item, I want to thank you all for your attention. It's going to help me build the hours that I need. And as I mentioned, when we get to 4,000 view hours, then I'm going to be giving away 4 ounces of silver. Frostbite has been gracious enough to offer, without my knowledge, a giveaway to the members. So please watch the videos, watch all the playlists. Help me build the hours so that I can get there before the deadline and I start losing hours from passing 12 months. I would have done it sooner, but the job got in the way. So, but I want to thank all of you for being here and being supportive, promoting the channel. I really, really, really appreciate it, every one of you. I really appreciate you, Frostbite, for being my buddy and having my back and get me to get past pencils and going to pens.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate it, and we'll get together and we'll connect on the question that you asked. We'll make sure that we get that that done. And again, folks, work on getting those playlists running, and let's get him those 400 hours. I think that if we can get one or two more really good live streams between now and then and get people to watch those playlists, we won't have any problem getting him to his 400 hours.
Okay. Well, everyone, thank you for being here. I hope to do this more frequently for the reasons we mentioned, education of all of us and building the hours. So thank you all for coming. Bye-bye, everyone.